But you own what you said. You've got to always be present for the Lord. Always. And I know sometimes that's hard. You got to remain. These are all under meno, or abide. You got to remain there. You got to stand up for the Scriptures and the Lord Christ. Stay there. And sometimes if you've got a problem, you might want to tarry a little bit with the Scriptures and study it some more. Maybe it didn't quite look right. So if you do all of this, you should be able to enjoy the fruits of the spirits. And what are the fruits of the Spirit? There are love, which you already met. Love one another. There are joy. Joy in the Lord. Your association with the Lord can be great joy. And if you've got love and joy, then you've got peace. You are not bound by all the troubles of the world. You've got peace, even though that's there. And maybe somebody can help calm that down one of these days. But it's always been there. The devil looks for a way in if you let him in. When you get all of this, you've got joy, love, peace. You can have patience. Even patience with young children. Mom and Dad, we can tell you, and so can other parents in this thing, enjoy them while they're young because they grow up. But they are a blessing from the Lord. And love them, or they will bless you. Also, behind this comes goodness. Sometimes you do more good than you thought you'd ever do in your life. And sometimes somebody will come up to you and say, I didn't know you were this kind of person. Surprise them. Let them find out that that's where you're really at. That brings out faithfulness. When you are faithful to the Lord, no matter what happens, the Lord is with you and to guide you along the way. Sometimes things may seem harsh. Sometimes things may be terrible. But you can handle things gently. You don't rage and carry on and throw things. You don't just say, you just go on. I don't want nothing to do with you. You can gently say, may I help if I can. Remember the ones the sinners Jesus helped? Like the woman who was being stoned. And when he was done, he said, where are your people who were throwing stones at you now? Gentleness, peace, self-control, getting mad, going in a rage. We had people sometimes when I was on the police department who would just get in their car and tear out everywhere. Well, why are you doing this? I'm mad. Well, I'll tell you what, you're going to get a lot madder because you're going to park the car and I'm going to take you to jail or home. Which is it? It calmed down in a hurry. But sometimes people didn't stop. We worked a couple of wrecks where somebody was mad and they were trying to run people off and they hit somebody head on. I remember a lot of these stories. I hope I don't have to tell them all. But I've seen a lot. And I know that is not the way to go. Following the Lord is the way to go. Some people may think meekness is a sign you're weak. It's not. It's a sign you're going to quietly work and do things. It's a sign you're going to get things done, but you're not going to make a big thing about it. And I know we've all done things that nobody else knows about as a favor to people. But we don't go around bragging about it. Some people do. They want. And this all together can bring you the Lord's grace. As we live in the grace, the love, the joy, the peace, the patience, the goodness, the faithfulness, the gentleness, the self-control, the meekness, and the grace. We can always have grace in the Lord. Jesus, for some reason, did not take the job or say he was a husbandman of the vine. God is the husbandman of the vine. But when you think of this particular vine, whether it's a true vine or holy vine or what it is, if you remember when the seeds were being planted in the stones and beside the road and all these different places, the seeds that fell in the good earth were the ones that thrived. And these seeds of love and joy and everything else of the Lord, that is a root of the holiest ground of all. From creation, that is a root of all that we have. Jesus is an intercessor. He is not the husbandman. God is the man in charge. I didn't know whether to tell this story or not. I run across it. World War II, there was a man, very hateful man, in Italy. He threw a dog in the river to drown him. Somebody saw him, and he got the dog out before he drowned and took the dog home with him. The dog loved the man that saved him from the water. He followed him everywhere. The man had to work, so when he would walk down to the bus stop, the dog would follow him. And he'd wait right there until the man come home, and then they'd both go home together. One day, there was a tragedy where the man worked was bombed, and he did not survive. But that dog stayed right there. And for 13 years, the neighbors around there fed and watered that dog. When the dog passed away, at that same spot, they buried him there. They marked it with a tomb and put a statue of the dog over the top of the tomb and put his name on the front of it. Could we be any more faithful than that dog was when we are drowning in sin and Christ saves us? Can we be any worse off? By the way, the dog's name was Fido. And in Italian, that means faithful. How is your faith? Are you faithful or are you a pretender? Judgment will still come, whether or not. And you will be judged on what God knows, not on what we know. And that goes for me too. But I want you to always remember, we love God and God loves